Friends, in this lecture, we will be understanding about the GST with composition dealers. So, composition scheme. What is composition scheme? It is a simple and easy scheme under GST for small taxpayers. Through this scheme, you will get rid of GST formalities and simply you have to pay a fixed rate of tax at your total turnover. This scheme can be opted for the business with less than 1 crore turnover per annum, and there are some exemptions for some states and the limit is 75 lakhs per annum. So let's see how the composition dealer scheme can be converted in 10. Now I am creating a new fresh company in the name of Ansh Mobile Agency. And I'm selecting rest of the details. So whenever we start with the company, first step is to set the GST details in a new company. So for that, I'm going to accounting statutory features, and here I am enabling my GST and I am altering the GST details. From here, I am selecting my state, and from registration type, you have to select yourself as a composition dealer. Now, in this case, what you have to do, you have to type your GSTN number and then you have to set a tax rate for your taxable turnover. A fixed tax rate, it will be 1% or 2% or 3%, whatever government has recommended or published. So in this, you will be calculating the tax on the taxable value. Now I am keeping my e-way to know, we'll discuss later on. And mark one more thing, the very important thing in this is you have to enable tax rate for purchases. For example, if you do any kind of purchases, then if you keep this option no, then the purchases will not attract any kind of tax amount. But at the time of purchases, you have to pay tax to the outsider party, to your supplier. So you need to keep this option yes. I'm keeping this yes and accepting the screen. We are all set with our features. Now it's time to create some of the ledgers, which includes party ledgers, basic purchase ledgers, sales, creditor, debtors and all. So I'm creating my ledgers. First ledger that I'm creating is Saras Moabtek is my sundry creditor from whom we will be purchasing the things. This belongs to Delhi only, and I am giving the GSTN number, and I'm not altering. You can alter the details also here. You can select regular and this. Except now my next party is Sushma Shop, which is my local debtor. And I am giving him the GSTN number and accepting my screen. Other are the basic ledgers that we have to create. Purchase under purchase account. You know very well. Sales under sales account. You are aware about these ledgers. And now next comes our CGST ledgers. Now look at this. In this case of composition dealer, we'll be creating CGST and SGST ledgers under the group of direct expenses. Why I am taking these groups towards the direct expenses? Because for my company, I cannot take the input tax credit on the amount of tax that I had paid on my purchases. I cannot set up this amount with my sales tax amount. So that's why I am paying a net rate, a net tax rate on my turnover. So I am taking these CGST and SGST amounts as my direct expenses for my company. as we cannot take the set off or we cannot take the input tax credit of these tax amounts. And now you have to select central tax. And there is an option, appropriate tax values in purchase invoices. Then set this to yes. And now you have to accept the screen. Likewise, you can create your SGST. This is your state tax. Keep it to yes and accept the screen. Now we are all set with our ledgers and with our party ledgers. Now come to the transaction. First transaction is our company purchased from Saras Moptech 150 batteries at the rate 1500 per battery. So for that, I am creating my stock item. I am creating here mobile batteries under primary, creating my stock unit of measure. I am selecting the altering the details, giving here the details related to my stock item, giving the HSN code, and this is taxable at the rate 28%, and I am accepting the screen. So our stock item is also ready. Now get back to the accounting vouchers. I am purchasing the mobile batteries. So here I select Saras Moptech, from where I am purchasing mobile batteries, 150 batteries at the rate of 1500 per battery. Now, when you move and select your tax analysis, this will show you the purchases under CGST and SGST. This will attract CGST and SGST. I'm taking CGST here and SGST here. Done. And now the second transaction is the company sold Sushma shop 20 numbers of batteries at the rate 2500 per battery in cash. Now we have sold the batteries in cash to Sushma shop. So we need not to use Sushma shop here. We can use cash, and then we will use sale mobile batteries. How many batteries we are selling? 20 batteries at the rate of 2500 each battery. So this you can see 50,000, and if you take CGST here, this will not take the amount, and this is your generating the turnover for the year. So on this amount, you'll be able to see the tax amount of your turnover in GST course that I am showing you about now. We are entering and we are choosing end of the list. I am accepting this. So after these entries, I am going back to my statutory reports and seeing the returns with GST 4, and I can see here the turnover of taxable sales is mentioned here with 50,000 rupees, and the taxable, this is taxable at the rate of 1%, and the amount calculated is 500. So there is no set off shown, no entry for the CGST and SGST that we had paid for the purchases are shown, and there is no GST 1, GST 2. You can see here in the GST, there is no GST 1, GST 2, GST 3B, but for composition dealers, we have to submit GST 4. So in GST 4, there is a tax calculated on your total turnover. I hope you understood about the composition scheme and the composition dealer, and I hope you can do any of the entries related to this particular type of dealer.